Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Starcraft addicts, Starcraft junkies. This is Map Star Station and I'm JayJay for you from here with a replay from a player named Senin. He is from clan IMPG, so let's just call him Senin. He's playing against etNiosOP. Let's just call him Nios. Nios, no, OP even better, so we have a match Protoss versus Zerg on Star Station. It's level Grandmaster League, from what I recall, from what I hope, from what I assume. Oh, that's a little loud. Let's turn down the game volume just a little bit and move straight to the point, straight to the excitement, straight to the game. Protoss versus Zerg is an interesting matchup in my personal opinion, and I'm more than certain that far more than just me will agree on that point of view. The interesting part of this matchup is, of course, the many varied tactics and strategies that both Zerg and Protoss can apply in this game. We're going to see if they're going to use fast expansion, something that at least Protoss, because of Zerg I naturally assume is going to fast expand, as there are no cheesy sort of play, or perhaps not cheesy but less orthodox these days. I of course mean in that case fast pull. Okay, name tablet, and here it is. If players are starting like usual, there's nothing to comment on this part of the game. Supply, overload, everything makes perfect sense. This is the production tab, we both see it's absolutely standard. Pylon inside the base, no wall in for Nios. Interesting, I would assume he'd make a first pylon around here and to start a wall off. Wall off with a forge, then another cannon or a gateway first instead of the cannon, and move like that to the point as to wall off himself, make a safe and easy expansion, and then with two bases think, what next, what to do, what to think. We have a chrono boost and apparently no gateway. Forge inside the base, that is pretty confusing, that's pretty surprising, that's absolutely something I don't understand exactly. I'm beginning to have my doubts whether this really is Grandmaster's play level, because putting Forge like that inside the base has absolutely zero sense, no point, no logic, and no absolutely whatsoever any sort of explanation. Whereas on the Zerg side, Senin is playing just like he should be playing. I mean, hatchery first at about, let's see, at about 14 foot mark. That's as standard as it gets for Zerg, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. That's a good timing for a hatchery. That's a timing that's safe, that's easygoing, that's logical, and that's most of all efficient. Now, Nios has started scouting with his probe that made the forge, and we see, surprisingly enough, a pylon outside of his base with forge inside. Logic has apparently theoretically game. It's not here, it's not present, it's gone to Cuckoo Town. I'm not sure what kind of a wall he's going to plant. Perhaps this kind of a wall in, though frankly I cannot. Wow, cannon first, are you kidding me? Is that really logic? Is that really fun? I don't know what to expect with Nios at this moment. So far he completely neglected how Protoss are being played in this game, and he left a big, chunky, juicy and tasty wide opening right here. Perhaps he's just rooting and hoping for the simple fact that the enemy will be spawned cross map, and does he know that? Well, he knows where the enemy is, so apparently he knows that Zerg, Senin, is cross mapped. But that was an awful lot of risk for absolutely no compensation whatsoever. Do an opening like that with forge inside base, with gateway outside, with 1000 cannon and a big opening path for Zerglings. Because we shouldn't say what if, but what if, just what if Senin would have made some early Zerglings and run straight by it into the merry-go-round jolly inside of the base and raped everything continuously. Well, that would be GG for Nios. I don't think he would get back out of the game with so much casualties in probes. Assuming, of course, that Senin would use his Zergling wisely. And now a sniper call, and we still have a little opening right here between 13 cannon and sniper call. That Zergling can still pass on, still run straight in. And thankfully now pylon made, and this wall has become much smaller, but in consequence this cannon is out of Roach's reach. Roach stand here and attacks, say, gateway. This cannon is unable to help. Had it been built here, had the wall been made properly, well, it would have been in a far better situation, but there's no point in we're talking about what has not happened, what's not in the game. It's more important what's happened in the game, and in the game for so far we can see a timing from our player. ground weapons started at 5 minutes, about 40 seconds, since it has approximately 160 seconds build time. I believe it's going to be done about 740. That's a good, really standard, we could say, kind of a timing. Ooh, no, wait yet. Okay, finally, research warp gates finally started. Stalker probably to block the entrance path. 2 expansions, lots of minerals, 2 gases mining off, I've seen for Starker and sending to back 4 gases, that means probably some sort of tech for Protoss player. When it comes to our Zerg player, let's see on the units. Only 5 lava. Queen didn't do this time inject lava, she decided to do a creep tumor, and in my opinion that is a necessary trade-off in that case. Ooh, Road Warden, now that's something unexpected and unusual. We'll finally see some I'm guessing lava into the hatcheries, at least in the expansion, and in the base we should see it any moment now. And here it is. Queen, come on, Sennin, come on, Trace. Yeah, exactly. Lava's been injected. You see Dark Templar Rush from IMPG using Dark Templar Rush. Well, then Blink technology. Oh my god, I have no idea what to expect out of this game anymore. It is completely confusing, it's completely unusual, it's completely spaced out. Where the hell is Dark Shrine? Dark Shrine, where are you? And this is the back of the base, it's a safe place. The process like 1.5 by scout. If you could, the gateways, so 4 gateways on the map at the time being, and then Dark Templars already made, and +1 ready at 7:45, as predicted, as expected, minus the Chrono Boost, of course. 3 bases for sending Roach Warren, I believe, as a sort of safety measure against timing from Protoss, timing for ground 1. I see, well, our Protoss player, Nios, has decided that timing +1 is not exactly for him, won't cut the mustard, won't do the trick, won't spill the beans, so he decided to go for +2 timing, and I believe that timing is pretty damn reasonable. Let's see what does he know. Well, he knows that he's pretty much standard, so he's got a pretty good read on what Senin doing, and minus of course the Roach one. We don't expect that to happen too often. And we're starting to see gateways changing into warp gates. Finally, we should see some early pylon placed somewhere far in the field, somewhere good, somewhere where you can easily warp and reinforcements. Ooh, and we are starting to see Zerglings. Zerglings running in, running by, running deeper towards the enemy. Mothership core taking some kills, like a boss, like a true Mothership core boss. So 3 Dark Templars, this is easily spotable when there's so much in the Dark Templars walking around. Let's just hope this one hasn't been started, and he hasn't. That's a good feed, that's a good call. Well, Zerglings are trying to rush in, trying to kill the Stalker, the Hero Stalker. Will the Hero Stalker die? Will the Mega Stalker die? Well, unfortunately, all things come to an end, especially those good ones. And Zerglings are in the base, the cats in the back, and they are running straight inside the main base. That's a good read. Now he knows exactly what he's up against. Senin knows that there's trouble, that there are DTs and Dark Templars. We see a lot of Broken, we see a lot of Hydras, and immediately a Spore Crawler. And at the same time, Dark Templars are starting to make a lot of damage and head. They have chosen to attack Spore Crawler. Good decision, good read. And the Zerglings are being, drones are being killed here, while Zerglings in the main base are already dead. Let's check out the unit loss tab. Workers killed 15 for Nios. Oh my god, this is dreadful, this is terrifying. Why the hell are you attacking Glare? There's no way you can finish this. That wasn't the best way of utilizing those resources, but the harm is done. The harm is done. There are a lot of units killed. 14 workers. Let's check the units last tab. And we can see that the Zerg has lost far more when it comes to income. Oh, sorry, let's check it like that. Well, when it comes to income, they are still pretty damn even, and that comes from the single fact that they have, well, they have 3 bases versus 2 bases. In terms of drones, they are still a pretty substantial advantage, when perhaps we're going to see that timing. A lot of Stalkers with no Zealots and only 1 Dark Templar, which is quite concerning in my opinion. You should think about adding some Zealots, adding some meat into this combination, and I'm afraid that it might be a little too late for our Protoss player to do the timing. He's up against Hydralisks and against Roaches with 1 armor, 1 attack damage, 1 range damage. Well, those are pretty decent W's at this stage of the game. Let's call it like that. He's got the Observer, so there are no tricks, and Overseer, so there are no tricks, no shenanigans, and no mind plays with Dark Templars anymore involved. Dark Templars for the time being are just a good way to burn gas, not too much of that gas, and some minerals in order to make Archons, a more mineral heavy version of the Archons. And Incidentally, I think that should be doing that's what our player that's what the player Nias should be adding because at this moment Blink Starkers are not exactly enough, and we see changelings are being killed, things like here, and there's an attack right here. We can see, wow, that's a fight. Nice engagement for Protoss. Surprisingly, not on the creep, which is not exactly a favorable term and condition for our Zerg player, and he is forced to retreat, abandon that expansion. Council is on the way, no minerals lost like this. And we can see that Protoss player with those 2 attack damage is really strong with a lot of units, with 34 Starkers versus 17.5 and 13, and Zerg population is dwindling very heavily and very fast. We can see some good micro over here. Some of those Starkers are being pulled out of the combat, out of the fray, standing in the backline, but we can see that they are in fact triumphing and they are attacking Senins' army in a very vast, effective fashion. Now let's see the unit production tab, because that way we'll know who is in the advantage here. You can see Protoss is losing a lot of units, a lot of units to these Hydras. That can't be emphasized enough. Hydras are doing all the damage, they are doing the heavy lifting, they are doing the hard damn work, and well, that's in units resource tab, lost tab, we can see that this attack is not efficient, for Nios at all, and that pylon, exactly, that's what we need. We need Templars. Oh no, those are sentries, no high Templars yet, unfortunately. We have some Zealots added, in fact, without the charge, unfortunately, which isn't just as good as we would expect it to be. But nevertheless, that's not bad. Resources tab, dead even for the time being. Let's see units lost tab. Well, 26 workers still, but 124 units killed by Nias. Nias is technically in the lead, but when it comes to resources lost tab, that army was frigging expensive. And that's expensive because it's expensive. It's very bad. It's not good. It's not fun. It's not cool to be Protoss right now because Hydralisks, amassing Hydralisk without the enemy having Colossi as a tech option is just asking for trouble for the Protoss player. He has nothing to counter Hydralisks with. They are so damn efficient. They do so much damage. Good forces could help, but the majority of the army is in the range. And they are being obliterated, they are being annihilated, they are being butchered, and Nias has quit the game. He said GG, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit surprising event, in my opinion. He could have teched, he would have added archons because he was, just look at the resources lost. They were practically even on the resources tab when it comes to money spent. Well, of course, Zerg was in great advantage when it comes mostly to economy spending, and his income was far superior to our enemy, but Nias should have waited, should have played more defensively in that position, make a 3rd base, don't go 2 base all in on 4 gates with +2 tech because you're going to face Hydralisks, and versus Hydralisks, well, that's no go. And thank you today, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to return to you soon with another replay of StarCraft 2 Adventures. See you around, and see you around next time.